Hello guys, Mess Graphics here. Today I'll be showing you how to design a social media banner for a travel agency, and I'll also be showing you how to blend two images to form a single background. So guys, all the files that I'll be using for this project will be found in the description below. Without further ado, let's get started. So guys, we're in Photoshop right now. I'm using a 2000 by 2000 pixel size, a 300 resolution, and RGB color mode. So here we have my workspace. This is a blue gradient that I downloaded online. So I'll use my transform tools to expand it. And then I'll adjust it a little bit. Okay, secondly, I'll be placing the second background that I'll be using for this project. I'll be blending two layers to achieve one background. And here we have the image. And remember guys, all the images that I'll be using for this project will be found in the description below. I'll be dropping a link to my Google Drive where you can get these files. So I'll go to blend mode, and for these I'll be using hard light. Okay, I feel like hard light is much more better for this. I'll create a mask, and then I'll select my brush and make sure that my foreground color is set to black. For those of you who don't know what a mask is the best tool that you can use to hide some areas of an image in your project. So I'll just with my brush set to black, I'll brush off some parts of this image to actually blend it with the other background. So guys, this is looking okay. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to select my text tool, but first of all, I'll be placing the logo that I'll be using for this project. And this logo was not created by me. I just downloaded it for the benefit of using it for this tutorial. So the logo was not created by me. I downloaded it online just to use it for this tutorial. So I'll reduce this. And I'll take it to the top part of my workspace. And then I'll reduce it a little bit. Then I'll zoom in. And then I'll type in the name of the company that I'm designing for. Let's just go with Parkway. Okay, let me use my guidelines to make sure that this is actually in place. Like I always remind you guys in my tutorial, always make sure that what you're using for your design is in the correct position and they are aligned perfectly. That's what makes your design to stand out. Good alignment, good font choice, good typography usage, and all the principles that you can actually use to make your designs better. I touched much more on that on my Telegram page when I was telling you guys about the different design principles in graphic design. If you're not on the Telegram page, I'll be dropping a link for you so you can go there and actually revisit the course. I explained the principle of typography, I explained the principle of color choice, I explained hierarchy, I explained tracking and leading. So I believe that will help you gain more insight on what I'm doing. Okay, Parkway Travel and Tours. Okay, let me just adjust this. Okay. So guys, as you can see, I'm trying my best to make sure that everything that I'm using for this project is aligned properly. That's where the guidelines and the ruler tool comes to play in Photoshop, because it can help you maintain a good alignment. It can help you know the points that you want to follow when designing in terms of alignment. As I can remember in that course, I made mention of the three types of alignment. We have the left alignment, we have the right alignment. Sometimes those two go together as the edge alignment, and then we have the center alignment. So for this project, I'll be using a center alignment. I'll be aligning all my images, all my objects to the center. Look, I'll be using SQL cells for this. What I intend to write is travel with us. Like I said earlier in the intro, this is a social media ad for a travel agency. Okay. Control A. Okay, I have to make sure that that's aligned properly. Later I'll be grouping them, but for now I just think I'll leave them like this, and I'll create the shape that I'll be using to place the images of the cities that I'm trying to advertise in this social media ad or social media flyer design. Okay. I'll select this all by holding Ctrl and selecting them, and then I'll group them by hitting Ctrl G. Make sure they are aligned. Then reduce it a little bit. So guys, like I mentioned earlier, all the files that I'll be using for this project, all the fonts and all the elements that I'll be using for this project will be found in the description below. I'll be dropping a link to my Google Drive so that you can actually download these files and you can try it out on your own. So for those of you who actually have tried downloading most of the files and it tells you that you can't access the file, you can actually get across to me on Instagram or on WhatsApp, where I can help you with the file link so you can actually download the file. So if you have any suggestion on the best cloud service to use for this, please drop your suggestions on the comment section, because I've noticed that after some while Google Drive seems to reset the link, and if you are trying to access the file using the old link, sometimes it may report an error. So if you know of any cloud service that I can use that is more that has a long time base or a long-term base, you can actually inform me in the comment section so that we can actually help more people, because I've gotten many messages on Instagram, on WhatsApp, of people telling me that they try to download the file that I use for the project, but it's not it's telling them it's giving them an error message. Maybe the link is expired, or you have no permission to open this file. So I try my best to answer most of them, but I think it's very much inconveniencing to the person that wants to learn that thing at the moment. So if you know of any solution, just hit me up on the comment section. Okay. So I'll zoom this in to check whether I'm getting it right. So okay, for now we are in the right track. So it's time for me to start imputing the informations. Okay, holiday. I'll be typing most of the services that a regular travel agency offers. That's holiday and tours, visa, application of visa, and all that. So initially, when I wanted to create this tutorial, I wanted to show you guys how to blend two images together, but I decided to make this into a social media flyer. Is more of like killing two birds with the same stone. So in as much as I'm trying to show you how I normally blend two images on Photoshop, I'm also trying to show you how to create a because I really wanted to get a little rest from designing church flyer tutorials. I really wanted to at least limit it a little bit to try to show you guys also different things. And by God's grace, from November and December, we're already in November, from the rest of November to this December, I'll be trying to show you guys how to adjust backgrounds and how to make your backgrounds look nice. A lot of people who follow me on Instagram have always commented on the quotes that I've been creating recently. Yeah, I've been creating all those quotes with Photopea for Android, and in case of if you've not seen all the quotes that I'm talking about, you can follow the link to my Instagram page. I'll leave all my social links and all that on the description. So I'll be picking some of those quotes and I'll be showing you how I designed them, because for some time now I've not had a system, so I normally run my designs with Photopea for Android, and it's actually a great app. It's actually giving me an edge, if I can say that, because most times as graphic designers we may do a project with our system and then maybe you're on transit and they just call you that they need some adjustments on the work. So if you have an app like Photopea, you can just log into the site with your phone, photopea.com. I can adjust the image right there. So somebody asked me that is it right to port from Photoshop to Photopea, and I actually answered simply that it's not possible. Like, Photopea is just like a clone of Photoshop, so it's not possible to port from Photoshop to Photopea. It's just a quick tool for those who want to transition from maybe designing with smartphone and trying to step up their game to designing on a system. So instead of using Pixel Lab, I would advise using Photopea, because that's a more smoother transition to Photoshop than Pixel Lab. But I'm not here to talk about Photopea and Pixel Lab. I'm just here to run through this tutorial for now. But I'm just trying to tell you guys that from November, December, maybe down to January, I'll be trying to show you guys different things, maybe different from designing church flyers and different from designing like I really wanted to go into product advertising designs, like packaging designs and all that, but we'll get to that. So I'll just group this together. So guys, I know that most of you guys love the way that I always group my works together, but don't be deceived guys, I just do this for the tutorial. Most times when I'm designing a normal work, maybe due to being in a hurry or due to trying to meet up with the deadline, I may be rushing and I may not put these things into play, but I'm trying my best to group this to make the work look organized. So guys, to blend backgrounds on Photoshop, you can use different blend modes. The blend modes you have in Photoshop, we have a lot of them. We have the overlay, we have the screen, we have the highlight, we have the multiply. So all these blend modes are used to blend backgrounds. So for those who are asking, the blend modes are used to blend backgrounds in Photoshop. So you can also further work with your eraser if you have some parts you want to hide. For example, like I showed you how I transitioned from the globe to the blue background. So I actually used a layer mask. But you can also use an eraser if you want. It depends on what works better for you. So guys, let me quickly differentiate between using an eraser to hide some parts of your image or some parts of your background and using a layer mask. So there are two types of file types in Photoshop. We have the vector file type and we have the raster file type. So what happens between a vector and a raster is that you can't easily edit raster images, but you can easily edit vector images. That's why we have some files that you see when you place a background, you see them as smart objects. So what that smart object means that is the vector. That's the vector image. So a layer mask helps you to hide the part of the image without having to rasterize the image. For example, if you place a background in Photoshop and then you are trying to use an eraser to clean the background, it will tell you that do you want to rasterize this layer, or it will tell you that you have to rasterize this layer first. So what that is trying to tell you is that to actually be able to use the eraser tool, you have to rasterize the smart object. And once you use an eraser on a raster image, you can't recover it, or you can't take it to the original way it was. But once you use a layer mask, you can actually delete the mask and still have your original image, or you can use your brush to also restore the parts of the image that you cleared. So that's the difference between using an eraser and using a layer mask. So if I'm to give you the advice, or if I'm to advise you, I prefer using a layer mask because that's much okay, because you may be hiding a particular part of a background, then at some point you are now like, okay, let me just restore this, maybe it's not looking nice, let me restore this, or let me adjust it. So once you use an eraser or you rasterize an image, you can't reverse it because it has become a raster file. So that's just the difference, guys. So I'm using the opportunity while I'm trying to adjust the lower part of this design, where I'm adding the social media handles and the address to actually talk more on blending, because I want to use I want to take time in explaining this to you guys, even though I might work on explaining it extensively on Telegram, to explain the difference between a raster and a vector image, then explain the difference between a layer mask. So there are also two types of layer masks. There is a vector layer mask and there is a raster layer mask. So all these things I'll make out time to explain it to you guys on Telegram, so that you guys will understand what I'm trying to explain. So for now, I'll be placing the social media icons. So I'll be trying my best to hold more classes on Telegram this month and next month, to hold more classes on Telegram and to create more tutorial videos for you guys. And also be working on getting other facilitators that will also help to pass the message across to you guys so that you guys can understand and learn in an effective way. Because I believe that if it's not effective, then it's not worth it. So we need to increase our effectiveness in passing information to you guys. So if you're not on the Telegram group yet, the link will be on the description. Join the Telegram group. Follow me. $2,000 by December. It's up to you guys. You guys can help me share this channel to your friends. Most of your friends that are upcoming designers that also need to learn Photoshop or learn graphic design. You can share it with your friends. You can share it with your family. Like I attended the conference where we were trying to emphasize on the benefit of learning a skill in Nigeria, because right now I don't think your certificate can actually help you to an extent. So in as much as you are going to the university, in as much as you are interested in education, try your best to get a skill that can help you whenever you need it. So share this with your friends. Let's see if it's possible for us to make 2,000 subscribers before January. And also, guys, remember to like and to comment. So I think I'm finally done with the social media handles. So we just have a little adjusting to do. Okay, just to adjust it a little bit.